Hello and welcome to PMCLounge.com. My name is Shoaib. I'm the voice behind all the videos that you see on this website as well as our YouTube channel, youtube.com/PMCLounge. Subscribe to us if you haven't done so already. Now, I'm always approached on all kinds of platforms, social media, email, everywhere by a lot of people for a little bit of guidance on clearing the PMP exam. But this video is not about all of that because you have the entire PMCLounge.com website telling you about that. The inspiration of this video is the best question that I have ever got regarding PMP. The question is, what do I need to give up to clear the PMP exam? Now, I call it the best question because it's just way too much on point, right? If someone is leading a peaceful, non-PMP certified life, what all do they need to give up to swim through this PMP ocean? Now, this is also a question I'd ask myself to find an answer to. Let's say, getting married, what all do you need to give up after marriage? Perfect question, makes 100% total sense. So after a bit of thinking, recalling the dreaded days of my run up to the PMP exam, below are the top 4 things all PMP aspirants must give up. Number 1 is social life. Now this is pretty much like your exam days in school and college, Forget all those late night calls with the girlfriend, forget all that aimless roaming in the malls, forget all those coffee shop hangouts. But then if you're preparing for PMP exam, I'm guessing you're already too old for any of the stuff that I just mentioned. In a nutshell, forget whatever social life you have at the moment. Number 2 is relationships. Now, true story here. I personally know people who ask their wives or their better halves to go at their mother's place, to go at a separate place for a few weeks only because they were preparing for PMP. Yes, it may sound surprising, but that's ground reality. Wife, kids, husband, pets, you may have to give up all that love for some time. Although I think this depends on the other person in question because your loved ones could be very accommodating and not disturb you at all during your marathon study hours. Number 3 is entertainment. So entertainment, let's say watching TV all day and eating junk, this is actually pretty much in line with social life. I mention it separately because watching TV, YouTube, sports or movies or whatever that you're into is different from socializing, and it also heavily depends on your personal preferences. So if you're an IPL cricket fanatic, you may want to plan your PMP outside the cricket season. Now, number 4, finally, taking care of yourself, grooming, working out, all that good stuff. Now, let me be clear here. Grooming and hygiene are 2 different things. You will have the time to take a daily shower, and be hygienic. But that perfect stubble length that you may want to maintain, forget about all of that. It's okay to look like a caveman when you are preparing for PMP. The exam does demand that much attention and commitment. And while we are at it, I'll also add the weight gain. Forget working out. You will be working on the PMP preparation all day without any physical work. So since you're not a teenager anymore, you may gain some weight. Now here's the question. After giving up all of the above, the 4 things that we mentioned, how do you maintain the will to live and to continue the PMP exam preparation? So what I did, I'll speak of for myself. So what I did was basically a repeat of what I did during my school and college days. And that is to make and maintain a list of all the fun things I plan to do once I'm done with the exam. So whatever I felt like doing during the preparation days instead of studying automatically went into that list. So by the end of the exam, the list turned out to be a perfect way of treating myself for crossing the PMP mountain. Now you can try and see if it works for you. A lot of people also ask what books to read to prepare the PMP exam. Of course, you can go over to pmclounge.com/resources, and that's where I have listed my favorite books. But the 2 books that I'd mentioned in this video, number 1 is Read a Mulkai. Make sure you have the correct version, which is based on PMBOK edition 6. And number 2 is the Q&As. This is also based on PMBOK edition 6, and this book is by PMI themselves. So that's all that I had in this video. A fun one. I hope you enjoyed it. Do hit the like button if you did and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon to stay notified whenever we upload new content. That's all that I had. Thank you and have a nice day.